Hello and welcome to another First Descended video. So, Season 2 is a few days away. I'm very excited. The devs did a very long stream yesterday. They did a complete breakdown of what's coming in Season 2 along with the Q&A session. The whole thing was almost 4 hours long. So what I'll do is I'll just briefly, very quickly try and mention the main things that are coming. I won't go into too much detail simply because in 3 days we'll get all the information anyway in the game, but I want to just sort of prepare you in advance of what's coming. So first thing, they are giving you Ultimate Bunny for free as a check-in event. So basically they'll have a winter festival check-in event for season 2. This event will start from the 5th of December, the season start, and will run until the 8th of January. So within this period, a little over a month, if you log in for 14 days, you can get Ultimate Bunny for free. Now this 14 days doesn't have to be consecutive. It can be any time within this period, within this month or so. You just have to log in 14 days. Now this login is going to be in-game, so it's not going to go on the website or things like that. This is just the in-game login. You go in, you click and register your attendance basically, and when you have 14 days, you can get Ultimate Bunny. Now, if you are like me, a hardcore grinder, you've played the game, you already have Ultimate Bunny, you can choose to get 2 skins for Sharon. So it's either Ultimate Bunny or 2 Sharon skins. Now, Sharon skins, these were not available when the game launched. They did not have the Academy and the maid skins for Sharon. Bunny, you can still grind. In fact, now grinding for Ultimate Bunny is even easier, but of course they want new people coming back to the game, and old people coming back to the game and new people coming to the game. So they are giving this as an incentive for those who don't have the time to grind. So yeah, either Ultimate Bunny or the 2 Sharon skins. My recommendation is go for the Sharon skins because there's no way of grinding these in the game. These are not cheap either, so I think they're like the maid skins and things, they were like 750 caliber each if I'm not mistaken. So 750, that's 1500 caliber if you were to buy these skins, $30 roughly. So $30 worth of skins, or you can get Ultimate Bunny, also quite expensive if you were to buy it, but you can still grind this in game. And yeah, if you are also new to the game and you want to get both the items, I think go for Ultimate Bunny, grind it, and then get these for free. Now if you want, I can make an updated guide, because I did make one guide on how to farm Ultimate Bunny at the start, and that thing got a lot of views as well. But it's a much simpler to farm Ultimate Bunny now, especially with season 2. They are adding a pity system to the rewards, things like that, so it will become much easier to farm for free Ultimate Bunny. So again, my recommendation is go for these skins, and there'll be some other cosmetics included as well. So this is between the 5th of December until the 8th of January, 14 days you have to log in. Now similar to this, they'll have more in-game events during this period. So you'll have a mission event to get skins for the dog, I think. Store and Nice will have a festival. This looks like a web festival, so going onto the website and probably claiming stuff every week or things like that. And then another login event for Christmas stuff. So looks good, and Twitch drops as well. So looks pretty good. A lot of things coming in, especially in the December-January period. Now, of course, they'll have a second update on the 16th of January. So this is like the first update, the first 6 weeks. There is a lot of content, so I'm very happy with that. Now, quick overview. Again, I'll not spend too much time. I just want to focus on the main things. This is what they worked through in the live stream. So Keelan intro, then they showed the Void Vessel map, Ultimate Sharon, character balancing. So they're balancing a few of the characters and the guns, etc. So you have Clay, Sharon, Luna, Jaber, and VS. I think they're slightly changing some of the things, like not completely reworking them, but making them a little more usable. Then we had Void Abyss, the boss, the Dread Armor Commando, Advanced Special Operations. So there'll be a hard special operations in season 2, so the highest difficulty content. Then we have the pity system, the target reward, and the shape stabilizer. Random matchmaking in infiltration missions, so you can select one of the missions and they might put you in another one, but you'll still get the rewards for the one you selected, things like that. So let's just quickly have a look at these things. So first they showed off Keelan and his abilities. Basically, if you're thinking about the reactor, we are looking at Toxic Singular and Toxic Fusion. His abilities seem similar to Bunny's in some ways, but with Toxic, you put stacks of these acidic thing on the enemies, and then when you have multiple stacks, you'll do more damage, tick damage. You can hit 10 people with your first abilities. Again, not going into detail, we'll work out a build once we get the full release and we know how much base crit damage he has. But he looks pretty good. My first impression is he'll be in the Bunny Freyna category, but I think Freyna would be a little easier still. But yeah, he's in that range. You can see here how much damage and AoE damage he's going to do. Next, they showed off the Void Vessel map. Looks pretty good, pretty vast, lots of interesting things happening, interesting enemies. They showed off a little bit of the Sharon mods, Transcendent mods, and how you can use the cloak and keep doing stuff. So yeah, looks pretty good. Again, I don't see the point of going into too much detail since we are going to get the season in 2 days and we can explore this properly. But they did mention something regarding the focus group testing. They said a lot of people said it was too dark in here and they couldn't see and where to go. So they are going to adjust the lighting and things like that. So yeah, that should be good. And you can see here Keelan is destroying the traps and things like that here. So yeah, looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. Now then, the most important update. The dog companion Fellow German Shepherd. They showed off some of the customizations available for the dog. You can rename the dog. The dog can do some tricks. You can also level up the dog up to level 30. And basically what it does is it increases the range of pickups and things like that. So nothing too complicated, and it looks pretty cool. They did also say they'll have more companions in the future, perhaps, depending on the feedback, maybe other animals, robots, things like that. So all looks pretty good. You can see here showing off the tricks, and yeah, it looks pretty good, and it's a nice addition to the game in my opinion. So we'll see how this develops into the future. There's also this new update to the Colossus, so we'll have a Infernal Walker, which is basically a variant of the Grave Walker, but with this new stuff happening, it changes slightly the gameplay. The rage mechanic is different. They'll be more powerful during this phase, and yeah, so again, some more variety to the content, something different. They'll have a second one in January as well, another Infernal Devourer basically. So yeah, all looks good. We'll have a detailed look when the season comes out. Next, we had the special operations. This will be the hard special operations. So currently in the game, we only have the normal difficulty ones. This will be hard, so there'll be defense and the block hypermining. And this will be the hardest content in the game as far as bobbing is concerned. That is what the devs were saying. So I'm looking forward to this because these are very good for leveling descendants and guns. The normal ones are pretty good as it is, and these ones it should be even better. Now some of these enemies will have those shields and stuff that you have to break with skills or the beam rifle and things like that. So yeah, looking forward to this as well. Next, they talked about the target system. So when you are trying to open the amorphous materials or trying to get stuff and you do that multiple times, and if you keep failing, it'll sort of fill up the target thing, and then it increases your chance of getting the item. Now at the moment, I feel like it's not terrible if you know how to farm and do things. Yes, sometimes it takes a little long for a few things, but it's not as bad as it was at the start of the game. So back in July or so when this came out, this was very difficult. Now you can get the amorphous materials much more easily. So even if you have to open them quite a lot, it's not as difficult in my opinion. But again, that is just my opinion. They are making it so that it's much more easier for more casual players who don't have the time to grind like me. But yeah, this is something that I feel like will make the game a little too easy perhaps. They did mention this. They said that they were worried that it might become too easy. There's also the advanced shape stabilizer, the high shape stabilizer, whatever it was called. So basically what it does, it switches over the probabilities of the low drop items with the high ones, and these will be a bit harder to get. You won't get them easily. ETA will have them, maybe one or two other missions will drop this, but yeah, this will not be easy to get. So I think they're suggesting that you use them wisely. Obviously, if they give this out too much, then it'll just make things very easy. So they do want to keep an eye on this. Now again, my tip would be at the start of the season, they might make it too easy, like they are using this to test. So if you are looking to grind, maybe take the advantage of this and grind out the stuff at the start, maybe, because they might see it's too easy, and then lower the drop rates or something. So yeah, might be worth taking advantage of this at the start of the season. Next, they talked about the inversion reinforcement. So with season one, we all picked a few of these and we never really looked back. So they are going to change these so that they're easier to understand. There are less downsides to these and things like that. So it'll continue as it was, but they'll make it simplified and better, like more powerful, and give you more benefits. And so those are the main things here that I wanted to cover. Of course, there's a lot of little things like the infiltration missions that I mentioned. So let's say you're selecting Slumber Valley and you pick the randomize option. So what will happen is they might put you into something as like a quarantine zone or something, and you'll still get the rewards that you picked for Slumber Valley. Things like that, if you wanted to do that. I suppose that is there to make it easier for matchmaking, and if the player base is lower, you'll still get the reward you want. But there might be some downsides as well. But overall, these are the things, like I said, make sure to get Ultimate Bunny or the Sharon skins or whatever. And of course, once the season starts, I'll try and make a few guides for how to get the dog, how to get Ultimate Sharon, how to get Keelan, things like that. I'm looking forward to this. December to early January looks packed with content, and then they'll have a second update on the 16th of January. So this is basically what they showed as their plan for the season and the breakdown of all the things happening. So these first three columns are for December, these two for January, February, and then what they call here the next update, basically season 3, but they are going to make a lot of changes and rework a lot of things. So they did not want to call it season 3 because there is going to be a big overhaul by the sounds of it. So yeah, a lot of content here. You can see here next 6 months or so, lot planned, and just in December alone we're getting so much stuff here. So we're getting the main story, the Infernal Walker, Hard Infiltration, Ultimate Sharon, Keelan, Fellow, Reactor Enhancement. They're making Glay and Zoe Executor, Greg's Reverse Fate easier to farm. They'll be putting them in the normal difficulty so more people can get them. Some other quality of life changes, premium skins, winter theme, battle pass. Then we have in January, they'll have the second normal descendant, Inez, more reworks, lunar skins, things like that. And then season 3, you can see a lot of changes and improvements. Another new descendant, Serena. They briefly talked about Serena. They said she'll be a fire descendant. So yeah, looking forward to that. Plenty of content, as you can see here. They are still working on this and changing and evolving the game, and I'm looking forward to all the content here. So great times ahead, exciting stuff coming. I'm really excited to get started. As the season starts, like I said, I'll try and make some short guides to get like the dog, the descendants, the guns and things like that. So yeah, I can't wait to get started. Thank you for watching if you did, and let me know what you think of season 2.